Alright, we need to talk about women in motorsports. Right, yeah, a man is talking about women in motorsports. How canonic. Well, thing is, I'm more a friendly way to talk about that. Listen, I've been following women in motorsport. I've been following female series. And right now when we have Lego that's dropping a new F1 Academy set that's bringing the first Formula 4 car into the sets of all the constructors of the Lego, I think it's a high time to describe what has been happening for all these periods, all of this time. Because we face different points of view. For example, men getting it in a negative way. For example, what do you do here? Why are you so slow? Women are trying to say that, oh, we belong here, we are like so powerful, all other stuff. Well, friendly way of discussing this topic has never arisen into the air. So like, let's try to dig into that and avoid any toxic understanding of formula racing with women inside of that. So, hi guys, it's Petrol, and tonight we're talking about ladies in motorsport, how this thing has developed, what can be done, and what are my frank ideas how to better, develop this motorsport among the people and bring more attention to what we have, or what should we not do right now at this point. So, what we have today we have started a new F1 Academy season. We are witnessing that the new ladies, the new girls are taking part into this competition in China. They already raced into several races, and I do not want, to give the full analysis of what's going on in there because it's gonna be another video. I want to talk about how do people look at this, how people feel, what do they see. And unfortunately, after watching lots of videos that were brought by male people who made videos on YouTube, most of them bringing the point that this is not the full season, that this is not the reason they should be racing. Like everyone, if you want equality, you want to race, you need to race with, men and women together and prove that you deserve that. I don't fully see that people get this point, of the pure equality, because problem is that right now when we are having this F1 Academy in this upcoming season, there are still not enough girls coming into motorsports. We still face the problem that among 1,000 racers, if we calculate all of the series apart from the Formula 1 and American series as well, we have only about 5% of women among all the men. So the question is that you simply cannot have enough talents to bring them up to the top 20 who are called Formula 1 racing. Unfortunately, that is why. That was the first reason why F1 Academy appeared and W Series, the full female series, appeared in the beginning, just to bring attention, just to put their name on the market, just to bring people to watch that there is a problem, that there are not much women in the motorsports, that we need to make an emphasis and we need to show the new generation of girls that it can be cool to race, it can be cool to take part, and it's not forbidden. Nobody's saying that you cannot do that. We are not in the 20th century when women are not allowed to vote or to say anything in their countries. Yes, we still have problems with diversity, but we still face that some countries like Saudi Arabia, they allowed women to drive their cars, to have the driving licenses. That brings us to the other points. That brings us to the point of the girls who are watching the videos of F1 Academy and talking about this series from the other perspective, that we've always been, banned from this motorsport. They never allowed us to race. They never let us hear that is actually not true, because if we take a look back, that's been a lot of motorsport, even legends about who are women who made a big input into the motorsports, being ladies. And motorsports has never been forbidden, to be. It was never forbidden for you to take part in motorsports while you are a lady. It can be, blocked, like in some way of understanding of your fathers, of your ancestors and stuff. But still, at this point, nobody banned women from motorsports. And at this point, it brings us also to the original video that was also produced by F1 Academy as it is. Like, you wanted us to stop. I really, I want to read that because I merely do not understand what they are bringing to the table. So it says, quit multitasking, don't rush, avoid overstimulation. I don't know what they want to say about that. Stop pushing. Okay, this one is also coming to Formula One. Stop pushing, to recharge your battery. Stop trying to give it all. What's the point of that? I never said it like that. So I've been following women in motorsports like since I first saw Sara Fisher racing for McLaren as a test driver in some sessions in Formula One back in 2000s. Then it was Danica Patrick who has won several races in IndyCar. Before she switched to NASCAR, then before she switched to Sky Sports, and everyone hated her. But still, at that point, she was a good example for girls. Like, you can become like racing legends like me. Okay, not a legend, but you can do motorsports. There's no problem into that. Here, we need to make a full stop because I see the problem in just understanding each other here. Like, men constantly trying to say that they are the best, and women trying to get their place in this world. And this is so foolish in tonight. Like, if we talk about this here, I cannot really bring my mind to that because if I can follow women and women, can deliver in motorsports, why simply should anyone be hated, and why should simply anyone bring their thoughts as the hate? It shouldn't be like that. So right now, let's break down the series. Let's break down the seasons of full female series that took part in this life. So the present F1 Academy, it's not new. It's not new because we used to have W series that I used to watch, and I actually had fun watching that because W series brought too many, diversified female racers at the same time. I really enjoyed having different women from different countries competing at the same time. At some point, it looked like a reality show because from the point when they were all elected, they had this race of champions, they would try to pitch themselves for the sponsors, they would try to give interviews and all other stuff. And as a result, we had not maybe the best lineup for the season, but we got a really interesting different persons, different personalities who took part in that sport. For example, I still remember Emma Kimilainen, who was mom. We saw mom winning a race, mother. I like, it's not so much that it's not enough fathers winning the races, and witnessing a mother win a race into the Formula Series, well, it was something. It was something new. We saw the full LGBT representatives, the open ones. We saw Abby Eaton, who was like the new stick for Grand Tour Series with Jeremy Clarkson. We could witness girls from different countries, for example, Marta Garcia from Valencia and Miki Kayama from Japan. I really enjoyed that series. I really saw a new wave, in supporting women in motorsport and hoping that it can bring something into their new future. Unfortunately, it folded up, because of the economical problems, and that's the point what every man are always talking about, that, well, it folded up, nobody was interested into that, and nobody was talking, nobody was, listening, and so this series, the upcoming series, it's called F1 Academy, would also fail. Probably yes, probably no, I do not know. I do not want it to happen, because what do we have tonight is actually that it's doing what it's supposed to do, not bringing, the prominent, different women for the motorsport, who were trying their best, to reach some tops, Then when this all full female series like W Series appeared and trying to get their sponsorship money from winning there, right now we're witnessing that we're having a lineup of girls who are younger than 18 years old. So this championship has turned really into, like finding new pedigrees, finding new pioneers of the sport among the girls. There was actually the idea to bring more girls to motorsports who then can become full racers, full-time racers. Problems of perspective that everyone's talking that they're not moving to Formula 3, then moving to Formula 2 and Formula 1 as it is. Maybe yes. Maybe it's the problem that this hierarchy that Formula 1 tried to build from letting them allowed to race in Formula 4 cars, it's a little broken. Yes, we need to talk about truth about that. But we see them racing in Le Mans. We see these girls taking parts in different GT races. We see this perfect pink cars of Iron Dames taking part in ELMS or Le Mans as well. So racing is not only about talking about Formula 1. It's about everything that has wheels, petroleum, and drive, and your will to race. It doesn't need to be solo formula. It can be anything you want. And we see these ladies racing and winning and getting their pride there. That, I guess, is maybe one of the good points of anything we're talking about women in motorsport. And if we give some time, and if we wait a little and just see how each of them can change and what they can reach in the future, maybe we need to not be so crucial, not be so toxic about what we have tonight. We need to give it a chance. I can only say, as a good example, we have Doriane who won the previous championship. She is right now working for Mercedes. Mercedes took her. Yes, we had big example of this, like fake Formula 1 cars painted on the real Formula 4 cars. I mean, like deliveries of Formula 1 cars brought to F1 Academy, but it not being the real Formula 1 cars, Formula 1 teams. Like having the girls just for 2 years and then dropping in them when their contract of 2 maximum years of taking part in the F1 Academy ended. Yes, it was a problem, but coming back to Doriane, she's working for Mercedes. This is a success story. This is exact the way how it's supposed to be. Not everyone can reach the top, but some of the prominent racers can do that. So let's focus on the good news, not only like being toxic about what should be done and what shouldn't be done. I can only, like coming back to the point what Lego is doing. Actually, do not be fooled that they are taking it's like Esme Kosterman shit. She's got her Formula 4 car fully made as a Lego. Unfortunately, it's not like fully dedication to her because she took as well this number 32 as a part of a Lego history that started in 1932. So it's more of like Lego promotional idea, as well as her previous number 86 that was coming from Team Viewer car in the previous seasons. Lego is doing marketing for themselves. They are not like fully dedicating, like to sports. It's good to having this one, but still we lack, like the ambition. We lack understanding that what women can reach in the motorsports. And at this point, I can say I have a solution. While we have this really good set, I can show you something that Lego already has on its fleet. So take a look. It's a Ferrari. It's a Ferrari with a racer, a female racer, actually a champion, actually a Dutch champion. Her name is Christina Nielsen, and she is 2 times world champion of IMSA. That's WEC in Americas. She's a consecutive champion, and she has her own set. Yeah, it wasn't so, like prominent. Nobody was talking about that in that time. But still, that's the fact. If you do not believe me, you just can check her Instagram page, and she still has her Lego sets they're mentioning. Why don't we have more Lego sets with women in motorsports? We have a bunch of good cars. For example, we have Audi Quattro. We have Audi Quattro, the rally champion, and we do not have Michèle Mouton. It could be a good example. It could be some limited edition. I've seen photos of that, but it wasn't, like allowed to sell them. I haven't witnessed them in the stores, in the market. We could have Lela Lombardi. We could have Danica Patrick as well, if you want, to get her. We can add also Sky Sports microphone to her. It's a little toxic, but anyway, I know that Lego can make women shine. I really want to see not just like dummy figurines just being a girl. Let them share the story. They share the prominent stories of real motorsport legends like Christina Nielsen. That's exactly what we need. We do not need bringing diversity among men and women. We can simply show that women can reach something, and it's not something, like out of this condition, out of this world. So let us sum up what I've been talking here. Women have always been in motorsport, and yes, it was harder for them to get inside. And yes, women has always been delivering, and they have their part in the history. But unfortunately, the percentage of women that took part and what they have achieved in motorsports, especially in Formula One, is too low to be an example. Women only got 0.5 points in Formula One, only half a point for the whole history. It actually happened in Barcelona in a Grand Prix back in the 1970s. Unfortunately, we need more examples for ladies to be a part of the story. And only after that, when we have enough girls in karting, enough girls in junior formulas, for example, like F1 Academy, only after that we can talk about some equality. We can talk about that. We can make comparisons to men and boys who take part in the karting. If we want to see women race someday in Formula One again, unfortunately, we need to take more action to bringing more girls into the motorsport. And what can we do tonight? Is actually talk about it. It's actually bringing it to the screen, talking about that. Without, saying something, the topic would never be seen. Unfortunately, we're living in this world where marketing is doing their part. And if you stay in the shadow, nobody witnesses that. Talking about the F1 series tonight, I find it a little weird for me because I used to watch the series with most grown-up women. Right now it's a series for young girls. And for me, it's a little hard, to follow that. So to be mostly supportive about them. So this brings me to another point. So if you do not feel that you can follow that, so maybe that series is not for you. Maybe this series is for someone else who can get their inspiration and start racing and start digging into the motorsport. I really hope that someday we can have a woman in motorsport that can shine like Max Verstappen and like any other race driver who is racing today. So guys, if you like this video, if you like this type of content, so give me some likes, share your thoughts. It's a really controversial topic at the moment. Unfortunately, we can have still toxic conversation about that. I hope we can avoid this tonight, but feel free to say what you think. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, whatever. Feel free to follow me as well. Just always remember what I say. Keep following Formula One and keep racing.